Today we're going to be replacing the buttons on a press ring or pin style syringe. The symptom that will let you know you need to perform this repair is when you let off the button, you'll continue to get a water dribble or you'll have a little bit of an air leak. Basically, you don't need much for this repair. A .005 Allen wrench will work. And you start by flipping off the master switch on the unit. You want to make sure that there's no pressure behind the buttons so that they don't become a projectile. And then as an added safety measure, I will sometimes go ahead and clamp a hemostat on the line just to make sure that if there's any pressure leaking through, it's not building up, again, just for safety. So what you want to do is take something and push this pin out. You don't have to use an Allen wrench, but it does make a nice tool for the job. You're pushing down on the buttons while you're doing this, and so the pin comes out. That's really all that holds those buttons in place. Then you will remove the buttons. Whoops. Live TV, folks. There's a spring underneath each button. Just going to set that there. Remove the other button. Now, in a jam, if you don't have any extra syringe buttons on hand and it's just the water button leaking, which typically happens more often, you can swap the air and the water button as a temporary fix. But eventually you'll want to order new buttons. For this style of syringe, even though it may call for another part, I like to use 8X syringe buttons. The part number for that is 23.1234.00. They're made very well, and they're a little bit more ergonomic. So, you don't have to replace the spring every time, but if you have it, it's a good idea. It just drops into place. You can use whatever tool you use to poke the pin out to put it in. You'll see that there's a smaller end to the spring. You want the small side up. And just kind of tap it down into place. Then you're just going to take your new buttons, push them into place. Now, very important to remember, when you're going to reinsert the pin, to press both buttons down, otherwise you will cut the O-rings on the new buttons you just put in. So I'm pressing down on that, start to put the pin in place, and then as you feel some resistance, you may want to take another tool and just push it in, just to give you a little bit extra force. Okay, then you'll let off the buttons, you'll remove your hemostat if you placed it, flip the master switch back on, and then just test to make sure that the water and air come on and off as you like. Thank you very much.